going with little girls, wasn't, this is America, folks. You may not like infidelity, but people do it. You may not like it, but evangelicals voted for Donald Trump, knew that he had several affairs. This is not why we voted for Donald Trump. Jerry Falwell Jr., Liberty University, said very clearly, we're not electing a pastor or a pope. We're looking for somebody that can get the job done and shake it up. And that he has done. And listen, big celebratory at the White House and all throughout this country as 3 Americans were released from a North Korean prison. And you want to celebrate that, folks. That's a huge victory. You want to talk about the Trump effect? It's happening and in full effect. I got to tell you, folks, I am so unbelievably proud of this president. A lot of people think that he's brash. A lot of people for the left have said that he's egoistic. He's this, he's that. And nobody on the left is, of course. None is. None is self-serving at all. At least with Donald Trump, you know where he's going. He says what he's going to do, says what he's going to say, does what he's going to do. I mean, guy follows through on his campaign promises, not the hope and change speech that you got from Barack Obama. Completely different. And believe me, that stuff was so inflated. A lot of campaign rhetoric is. That's what it is. That's why it's called rhetoric. But that wasn't rhetoric with Trump. But you think that the networks, ABC and CBS and CNN, all of PBS, you think that they're all celebrating and giving credit to Donald Trump? No. They're already skeptical already ahead of the meeting with Kim Jong-un and Trump. And Trump's going to screw it up because of look what he did to Iran. And by the way, I got to bring this up. And I've said this many times if you've been, listening to For the People with me. Sheppard Smith has got to be one of the most liberal-leaning guys on the Fox News channel. So you'll feel right at home if you're a flaming liberal, a snowflake. Sheppard Smith just oozes disdain for Trump, hates him vehemently, and he got called out, but what did he do? Well, in a segment this week, Sheppard Smith appeared to be critical, and he's always critical, appeared to be critical. This is what the headline said, and this is from Doc Smith from The Blaze, by the way, and I get some of the news from there, in the Associated Press, saying that you can't really get out of the Iran deal. Though Smith corrected Fox News contributor Gordon Chang's phrasing of the story, there's no provision from that. You can make a decision to now violate the terms of the deal that you were party to. Pulling it out is a bit of a misdemeanor. And then he said, on today's show, Doc called out Smith for his anti-Trump bias for clearly using the word violate to confuse people into thinking the president did something wrong by pulling out of the deal. There's a good reason why we pulled out of the deal. And, of course, you're not going to hear that on the mainstream media. And why did we pull out of the deal? What did Israel come out with? Hundreds of pages report showing that Iran is violating the terms and conditions because they're moving forward with their nuclear arsenals. They're mixing down plutonium. And right at the border, do you see the missiles going on and the barrage of between Syria and Israel, back and forth with bombs and missiles? All that stuff is being supported by Iran that chants death to Israel. Death to Israel. And not just to Israel, but to the United States of America. They have not stopped. They haven't ratcheted down. There hasn't been a de-escalation. People think that this was a landmark deal between John Kerry and Barack Obama. There was no good deal to begin with. They were violating all along the terms and conditions. And now you get the major networks scaring the American people, saying, well, look now what the Iranians are doing because Trump backed out. They're going to up their ballistic missiles. They've been making missiles. They've been launching missiles. They've been threatening. This is nothing new. This is what the Ayatollahs do. And now everybody's freaking out about gasoline. Don't freak out. Got a story coming up. It's not going to be as bad as you think. We actually have a bargaining chip there, and we actually have allies that will give us gas. So don't worry. Yes, gas has gone up, supply and demand. And by the way, more people are buying bigger vehicles because gas was down, and people are on the road now. And what happens normally is when people are using that up, the prices just automatically start going up. Had nothing to do with Iran. So if the price has gone up and you're getting a little agitated, don't be agitated. I'm just saying, don't blame Donald Trump for that, because it's not. But the media already has, the left media, the fake news. Folks, it's all perspective. It really is. And to be in the know and gather it. But a lot of people don't think for themselves. No, they don't. They allow the networks to do it. They don't do their due diligence. They don't read beyond the headlines. And I, for one, am so thankful that my dear friend that's departed and gone to the sweet by and by, Chuck Harder, was daring enough to go against the grain when it was not popular to do it, before the Glenn Becks and before there was Mark Levin and so many others. Chuck was on the air, nonprofit, 501c3, taking a school teacher salary and took the hits to bring the truth out. And the truth hurts, man. It hurts. But when it affects overtly the American people, and you're a true patriot of this country, and you love this country, and you don't want to see this country get hurt, and you love her with all your might, like I do, like you do, you're going to do what's right at the end of the day, and Chuck did that. And we're going to follow in the footsteps of that tradition. So if you're looking at supporting For the People and our endeavors, I'll be forever indebted to you, and I appreciate you believing in me. At forthepeopleshow.com, you can donate right online. Become a supporter. You can be an annual supporter. You can subscribe monthly. It's all set up online. It'll ask you to do that. And whatever you want to do, you can do one-time donation. Does not matter. But we're going to go forward in the spirit of America. And we love her. And so many died and went before us and fought for us to be able to enjoy the freedoms that we have. Never, ever take for granted those freedoms. And listen, you talk to anybody that's been overseas, and they come back and they're serving in the military, they are so grateful to come back here. It's nice to visit other places. I have visited many other places. But I'm telling you, when you're in a place that's not so nice and it's hostile, and there's no freedom, and there's a lot of places that there's just not the freedom of the press, freedom of speech, freedom to bear arms, freedom to marry whoever you want to marry. America is fantastic. Not so bad, really, after all. Keith Allen, For the People.
Help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us and went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew was I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it, don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Wounded Warrior Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on. To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please call or go online with your gift right now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate online at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll get a vacation voucher and maximum tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
For the people is there.
In that hot Pennsylvania summer of 1755, a tall and powerful Virginia farmer leaned against his flintlock rifle and saw to it that his ragged band of citizen soldiers wore earth tones of buckskin and moccasins, so they'd blend into the piney woods some called the Shades of Death. The French and Indians were behind every rock and tree, but the sturdy Virginian knew forest lore and brought his ragtag troops out of the disaster with credit. Perhaps it was that savvy leadership that caused that farmer, George Washington was his name, to later become our first president. This has been Don Keyes with a brief look at a giant figure in American history on your American heritage.
Celebrating our American heritage each For the People weekend right here on forthepeopleshow.com and on radio stations across the country.
A republic, not an empire. And I think we need to get back to those, republic virtues.
Amen. For the People loves America, and for that reason, we will fight the fake news media with our broadcast, conveying the truth with news and insights that matter. Our dedication to this mission is a group effort to fix America first. Can we count on you today to help For the People? Supporting For the People helps us broadcast on radio and online at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. You can make a one-time donation or become a monthly supporter today and help bring a show that matters to people that want to be in the know without the big media spin. Common sense, family values, and a conservative point of view, all on For the People. To join For the People as we strive to broadcast live across America, log on to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. All the best. May God bless. For the People is found online at forthepeopleshow.com, our affiliates across the country, and on Liberty News Network, who syndicates the broadcast on Facebook, forthepeopleshow.com. Hashtag Talk to Keith Allen. Allen's ALAN. All social media apparatuses can be found exclusively on our webpage. And yeah, if you want to give a donation towards the book deal, you can find that right on our front page. You can give securely online. Now, I've had some people say, I would like to contribute to the book deal, but I want to write a check. Well, here we go. If you want to write a check, you will send the check to 6105 Memorial Highway. That's 6105 Memorial Highway, Suite A-1, Tampa, Florida. That's Tampa, Florida, 33615. Tampa, Florida, 33615. And make the check out to Keith Allen Leach. A lot of you don't know that my last name is Leach, but Keith Allen is Keith, of course, Keith Allen, ALAN, Leach, LEACH. You got to be proper about that legal. But yeah, Keith Allen is just, it's a radio name. My middle name just sounds better with the Keith Allen. A lot of talk show hosts do that, like Ted Webb of WFLA. I think his name is Eugene, if I'm not mistaken. By the way, we do have a video that we're going to convert to DVD.